welcome to my channel. I'm Andrea. Today we have a requested video and it has been requested by Melissa Pintone and Maria Teresa. Thank you very much, ladies, for the request. The request is what motivates me to work out and how I organise myself to cook, clean, work out, take care of my mum and when I work. Let's start off with the question of workouts because it's a question that I have been asked time and time again. And before I get into what motivates me, let me tell you, for me, working out comes naturally. It's something that I've always done. Even when I was at school, I was very sporty. I was in the athletics team, you know, I high jumped, I long jumped, I ran, you know, I did all of that. I was in the netball team. So for me, working out is something that I've always done and it comes very naturally to me. It's not something I have to work at, it's something that I'm good at. So what motivates me? It's simple. I see results. That is my biggest motivation. I see results in my health, in my body and in my mind. And I'm trying to keep dementia away. So I like the way it makes me feel. It keeps me in a routine because if I have to be at the gym at a certain time, which is 9 o'clock, I need to get certain things done before I go to the gym. So I need to get my mum organised, you know, I don't have the time to dilly-dally because I need to be at the gym at 9 o'clock. So I have to get into a routine. I have to get organised. I have to get my mum organised, I have to get me organised, I have to get the dogs organised, I have to do certain things in the house. All by 8:30 so I can be at the gym at 9 o'clock. So it keeps me in a routine and I like that because I like to have a routine. And best of all, I can more or less drink and eat what I like. So those are the things that motivate me. It's as simple as that. There's nothing else. And apart from, it's something that I really enjoy. It's not something that it's, oh, I have to go to the gym. For me, it's a priority. Working out is a priority. You know, even when the boys were young and I couldn't just leave the boys and go off and do a workout because they were very young. So what I would do is I would get up early in the morning. So that's where time management comes in. So I would get up early in the morning when the boys were still sleeping, my husband was still at home, and I would go off jogging because it was important to me that I worked out somehow. So it's finding what works for you. You know, each stage of my life I found a different workout that fitted in with my routine, with my family, and that's how I worked out. My motivation is results. That's my biggest motivation. So let's move on to how I organise myself to work out, to cook, to clean, to look after my mum. And you know, it's about time management, it's about having priorities, what's important to you, having a routine, and all of these things keep you organised. So you need to work out what time you need to get up in the morning to fit in certain things. So for example, for me to get to the gym at 9 o'clock, I need to be up by 6:30 to get myself organised, to get my mum organised, get, you know, so on and so forth. So time management, it's having a routine. I know exactly what housework is to be done on a Monday, and every Monday the same housework will be getting done. So that's where having a routine is. And having priorities. So for me, a priority is to work out. Doesn't matter what, I need to work out Monday to Saturday. That's a priority for me. My house being clean, that's a priority for me. When I worked and I started to struggle with doing everything, with working out, with looking after my mom, and with working full time, keeping the house clean became a struggle. I was getting up earlier and earlier every morning trying to get things done before I went out to the gym. Plus the fact at that time my mum was up most of the night, so getting up earlier didn't work for me. So I looked at what needed to change, and I brought cleaners in because I couldn't work full-time, look after my mum full-time because I didn't have carers, try and get to the gym as well, and clean the house to the standards that I wanted it cleaned. So I brought in cleaners because it was still important for me that I worked out. And I had to look after my mum, and I had to look after myself, and I had to work. So what gave in at that point in time was bringing in cleaners. It was something that I never ever thought I would have to do, or that anybody could do it as good as me. But I had to change just to be able to fit in the other things, because working out for me was a bigger priority than me cleaning the house, because I could bring somebody else to clean the house. So that's how I keep myself organised. As for cooking, I share the cooking with my husband. If it's a meal that he's good at, he does it. If it's a meal that I'm good at, I do it. So basically we go, what do you fancy eating tonight? If it's kind of a Greek dish that I inherited from my mum, then I'll do it. If it's, you know, a more elaborate dish, you know, like peppered chicken and anything involving a white sauce or anything like that, he does it. That's what he's good at. So we share the cooking. It's all about having a support system behind you as well. So that it's as simple as that, how I organise myself. I basically have a timetable in my head. So every Monday I do the same thing, every Tuesday I do the same thing, every Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, you know. My workouts are all organised. That's what I'm going to do. I have them all organised, they're all booked. You know, my housework, I do certain things on certain days, you know, and that's how I keep myself organised. You know, I never ever thought about it before, but actually that's how it's done. I've never thought about it until I got asked the question. But, you know, that's the only way you can do it. You know, some people have different priorities. You know, it might not be important for you to keep the house clean, so you do something else. It's having your priorities. These are my priorities, you know. So that's how I do it. Thank you very much for watching. I hope this has helped. I hope it has answered your question. If you have any more questions, then please leave them below. Remember to thumbs up. If you're not already subscribed, to subscribe. And I'll catch you next time. This is going to cost me about an hour in the gym tomorrow.